Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of our channel Law Point. This is your host Reenu Thomas yet again. Today in this episode we will discuss about some landmark cases on contempt of court which enlightens with the scope and importance of this subject. For this we have with us our Supreme Court of India's advocate on record, Mrs. Praseena Elizabeth Joseph, to explain the same. So let's watch this episode.
The first case is Re Prashant Bhushan and another, decided in the year 2020. Advocate Prashant Bhushan is known for his exemplary contribution as a lawyer to the legal fraternity. He tweeted two comments on the administration of justice by courts during national lockdown. On 27th June 2020, he tweeted attributing responsibility of destructing India's democracy to the Honorable Supreme Court. And on 29th June 2020, he tweeted a comment negatively picturing the then Chief Justice of India, S.A. Bobade, sitting on a bike, accusing him of shutting down of courts for the common man. The Supreme Court took suo motu cognizance of this offence and initiated contempt proceedings against Advocate Prashant Bhushan. The Honorable Supreme Court, after hearing the parties, held Advocate Prashant Bhushan guilty of contempt of court and punished him with a fine of ₹1 to be paid by him. In case of default of payment of this fine of ₹1, he was sentenced for a simple imprisonment for a period of 3 months and also to be debarred from practice for a period of 3 years. The next case is Re Honorable Justice C.S. Karnan, decided by the Honorable Supreme Court in the year 2017. Justice C.S. Karnan was a High Court judge of Madras High Court, later transferred to High Court of Calcutta. He scandalized several judges, challenging their appointment, alleging that they had fake academic qualification and also attributing corruption on judges without providing evidence regarding the same, and also asserting these facts before media and public at large. The Honorable Supreme Court initiated contempt proceedings against Justice C.S. Karnan and held him guilty of contempt as he tarnished the image of the courts and also the belief of the people in the administration of justice. The Honorable Supreme Court convicted Justice C.S. Karnan for contempt of court and sentenced him for 6 months imprisonment. Next case is E.M.S. Namboodiripad vs. T. Narayanan Nambiar, decided by the Honorable Supreme Court in the year 1970. In 1967, E.M.S. Namboodiripad, the then Chief Minister of State of Kerala, commented that Karl Marx and Engels considered judiciary as an instrument of oppression and judiciary is guided by class prejudices. The High Court of Kerala held him guilty of contempt and sentenced to a fine of ₹1,000. On appeal before the Honorable Supreme Court by E.M.S. Namboodiripad, the Honorable Supreme Court maintained the conviction, however reduced the sentence of fine of ₹1,000 to a token of ₹50. Next case is Re Arundhati Roy, decided by the Honorable Supreme Court in the year 2002. While hearing Narmada Bachao Andolan writ petition, the Honorable Supreme Court directed to increase the height of the dam and also displacement of communities stay nearby due to the development activities of the dam and also the reservoir on the river Narmada. Arundhati Roy, Booker Prize winner and a social activist, criticized this decision of the court and also started a protest outside the gate of the Honorable Supreme Court along with other Andolan members. The Honorable Supreme Court initiated suo motu contempt proceedings against Arundhati Roy and also held her guilty of contempt and sentenced with simple imprisonment for 1 day and also a fine of ₹2,000. In case of default of payment of fine, then simple imprisonment for a period of 3 months. Next case is State Bank of India and others versus Vijay Mallya, decided by the Honorable Supreme Court in the year 2022. Vijay Mallya was a businessman, but after having committed cheating and money laundering, he fled to London and he is declared today as a fugitive economic offender by India. In his cases of money laundering, cheating, etc., the Karnataka High Court has passed a restraint order directing him not to transfer any of his assets or not to create any third party interest on his assets. However, violating this order of the Karnataka High Court, on Vijay Mallya's instructions, 40 million was transferred to a trust where all trustees are his children. The Honorable Supreme Court held Vijay Mallya guilty of contempt of court for flouting the orders of the Honorable Karnataka High Court and also directed the recovery officer to recover this 40 million which was transferred to the trust.
Thank you for watching. Meet you in the next episode. Stay tuned.